Yo, this is Enigmatica 2 Expert, part Hardcore, part 23, I think. Last time we finally solved this, guys. Luckily. And let's see how much. Okay, we have some treated wood left, so. The point is, we need now... How much sugar? Oh, 96k, holy shit, that's great. So, today we wanna start passiving stuff. So, I think first we need some pattern extension card here. For the crusher, because we need to crush what is it? Must be alright. So, then the next thing is a lot of crafting. First of all, let's do the upgrades, right? So we need mech upgrades. Most importantly, these guys and these guys. Yeah, a lot of the things like... do we need structure frames in the future? I don't think so, right? Oh. Wait, what? Okay, the structure frames tier 1 we need. So we need to actually do... Holy shit, okay. Okay, maybe not. All right. Let's collect here a little bit, make up some room for stuff that actually matters. But I think those we need, right? So... Ethium. So yeah, we need those. Yeah, these ones we also need then later for the but I don't think that it produces that much power. To be honest, all of this is auto craftable. Like here we need some. Okay, I think in the end we only need like one, right? Or now, okay, we need 2 tier 4, 1 tier 5, and so on. But here the same. Ah, this one is also something we need to auto craft. Okay, interesting. Plating. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so this is the only thing. This has a temporary crafting recipe. What? How do we get void metal? Okay. No. Interconnect. Again, this whole environmental tech stuff. We don't need it anymore. So, okay. We have now these guys, and now from Mac we need two different things. Usually it's the smelter. So these guys and the enricher. So yes. So the question is kind of, how do we do stuff? First of all, we need some dense cable. Dense. Oh, I think 3 or so. And then just some conduit. Right, so hello. Ah yeah, we need to always so interface. So, so we need to do the item conduits, right? This is also some MISC stuff. Perfect. Next one is fluid. Let's just use this one here, yeah. Can we do it or not? Okay, fuse quartz is basically pretty easy. So now we can do as well ender fluid. Ah, we should, wait a second. Yeah, we can also do that in the morning. I just want to passive some stuff and then we can work on the iridescent altar. Like most importantly on the blood metal stuff. Only one. At least 4. So let's quickly craft them. Okay. Now we need filters. Filters is a little bit... first of all, I need to... Wait a second. Yeah, wood is still some problem. There's an issue, I think. How do we do this? Because I think we still have, or should have, a trash can somewhere. And I think I also have some filters. Filters. Hello. So, all right. So that is that. I think we should get some wood now, right? Okay. So we need to do filters, right? So we need to do two types of filters. First one being a basic item filter, where we just want to have some paper and so next thing is the advanced. So we're missing currently the paper one, right? So with this we can do the limited. So yeah, we also need to do a hopper. Wait. I actually auto-crafted them as well. I passived them, so now it should be fine except for the paper, right? And here, for these guys, yeah, we need the redstone comparator. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we put it in here, I don't know. So we know how to do all of them. So now filter. Everything should be clear except for paper. So paper. So we could use the books here, right? But let's see how we get paper. Paper. So either by doing this, sawdust and some water. Sapling infuser. Letter blank. Yeah, I think we need to do the sugar canes. Yeah, this is where it would be the easiest, I think. Nature seed are pretty easy, I think. Just need some nature clusters. Nature seed, a little bit more, right? As for cactus, right? Yeah, but we also could do a cactus farm, right? Yeah, that's so I want to have at least 4 sugarcane. Let's quickly see where we can get some. We've only 3. Okay, maybe some sugarcane here. Come on. No sugarcane. I love how they suicide themselves. There's some. Nice. Okay. So then let's get a drawer and put the stuff in. Draw. Normal one. Yeah, this is, I think, here reserved. So now we need a sugarcane farm. Should we do it maybe with some growth accelerators? I don't know. But I also want to get rid of this one here. All of this, by the way. At least at some point. Like this can stay here. This is fine. Photograph. But again, all of this stuff should be at some point also photocraftable or yeah. So I think first of all we need 4 sand, right? Does this actually work? Like we don't have SNAT, right? How can we accelerate the growth? Sprinkler? Does it? Sprinkler doesn't work, I think, on And yeah, sugar canes aren't crops, I think. Stone wall. Oops. Because this is what we can basically also do with the cactus farm, right? If this is an easy one. Wait, why aren't we growing it in the garden cloth? And I think we can... Should we remove this setup here? No, I think we need it later for ethylene. For the HTP pellets. So, but I think we can actually do it, right? So we just need to have a water source and then... Right, and garden cloth. It's not that hard, I reckon. So we need, I think we only get 3, right? No, we get 4, so there should be someone. How is it called? We need ejector upgrades. Then we can easily do it with a water source, right? I think we should have shown. Really? We don't have any eject upgrades? Fuck. Apparently. Okay, we just need a piston and some tin blocks, right? So 4. And I think we have some. Oops. No. So, pretty easy. Thank you. So we just need to provide some. We need a water source, right? So let's quickly do this. And yeah. Come on, think. Sometimes. So we need 9 of you guys, 6 of you. Why don't we have 1,000,000 now? So by the way, graphite, if you're wondering, it's a very crazy, if you want to do nuclear fission, nuclear fission, it's a pretty crazy moderator. And that's what actually exploded Chernobyl. Just that you kind of realize the blocks that we're putting in here, like except for maybe redstone and all of this shit, but you can do graphite, and if you do it, it can be pretty dangerous. So if you're not doing it correctly, let's say it like this. Wait, what? Where's my tin, dude? Okay. Yeah, we could have also done like. Yeah, you know what? 9 times 7, 63. 6 times 6. No, 7 times 6 is 42, right? Yeah, should be it. Let's have it a little bit more powerful. The whole stuff. Oh, they were still going. Okay. So 42, 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. So basically, how nuclear fission works is that it's actually pretty easy. Like you have some material that produces neutrons, and or that is, let's say, easily splittable when you when a neutron hits it. But for that, the neutron needs to be in a certain speed range, let's say it like this. And so basically why uranium works so good, because if you hit a neutron or uranium with a neutron, it produces more neutrons. And this is what basically a chain reaction is at its core. That the more kind of the more atom cores you kind of split, the more neutrons you produce. And this is where you need to have do we have some nice? Thank you. But again, the neutrons need to be in a certain range of speed in order for that to work. So if they're too fast, then the probability basically is way too low that they hit them. The same as if you if it's too low. And also, basically how to control the flow of this reaction. You want to have some material that absorbs neutrons, so that basically the more you split, it doesn't kind of go off to infinity. Like you don't want this exponential growth. Wait a second, let's see how many we need. Compact machines. Yeah, we don't want a 3x3. 5x5. It's just a garden cloth, right? Yeah. So let's use a 5x5 in here. So how much is it? 26. Okay, we need 2. So iron and redstone. So you want to have like 2 types of material. One that absorbs neutrons in order to not have an exponential growth, but also you want to have some moderator blocks that basically slow the neutrons down in order to yeah, have a stable reaction, or to have at least some neutrons that no, it's just 3x3, I think. So, and what you usually do, and what you see in most reactors, is to have some control rods. These control rods usually absorb neutrons, and basically the more and the deeper your control rods are in, the less reaction you have. Usually what you also have is some coolant water, because or some cooling process of your reactor, such that it yeah, doesn't overheat or anything. And that is where again, water is a very good choice. So okay. So here we can place now our garden cloth. The water, I think, need to go over here. Yeah, can put this in here. We don't have any, and we also need an ender chest, right? The ender chest needs to go on red, right? So ender chest. And flux. So yeah, this is basically how you design a reactor, and what is it all about is controlling how many neutrons you get. We need again some red, and this is basically how this is how a reactor can be pretty efficient. And again, what the problem in these yeah, let's say in these accidents or so on were, is usually or not usually, in Chernobyl it was basically pretty obvious. It was it was design, right? So the reactor design, it was very cheap and very, in terms of resources, very efficient, and kind of the energy output was pretty good. But again, the problem is you need to operate it, like the risk of a accident is way higher than in, for example, Western designs. Because for one, they didn't have a huge concrete wall around it, such in case of an emergency that again the reactor wouldn't uncontrollably melt or leak out or something. And also in the and also it was of course human error, right? So usually how you know it in the Soviet Union, things weren't quite as good as they always portrayed it to be. So and also the knowledge wasn't quite there. But again, the Chernobyl disaster was, I don't want to say purely, but it was an accident based on design and human error. We improved on the design, and also we improved very hard on the expertise that we have right now. So today, in terms of emergency, or even so how you want to usually design your systems that have very high, or if you have an accident, that then the accident costs like very much in terms of not only resources but also human lives and so on. You want to have a layered defense. So basically, if one system fails that kind of protects your reactor, for example, then immediately another system is in place to take its place, such that the accident cannot develop any further. And the probability basically to reach the outermost defense, in quotation marks, for example, the fifth layer or so, is then very, very low. And if it reaches that, then you know it's a serious accident. But yeah, let's continue a little bit here with this one. Let's do an smelter. Let's see if this works. I hate it, dude. Why aren't they using the normal control ones there? Why is it industrial craft? Thank you. It's here. So yeah, this is basically the first thing that we want to do. So now let's please make a smelter. But if you want to read up on that, or kind of watch a good documentary, I can kind of advertise here for That Chernobyl Guy. It's the YouTube channel, I think, and he did a very great series on how Chernobyl actually exploded and so on, and why everything happened. Like a very a minute rundown, and you will see that basically also what the problem was is that the guys at Chernobyl didn't really know what was going on in the reactor. So they get some, for example, energy readings, right? They said, okay, the reactor produces way too less power, for example, and then they try to remedy this, but they actually make the situation worse because they don't know what's going on. And that's, in my opinion, a very important life lesson in general for everybody that want to that are involved in kind of engineering or something. I will need a filter, right? So that... how much sugar cane do we have? Oh, we have some. Not bad. So here we need to... And what we usually do is we place, I think... Because we need energy, I totally forgot this. Can we actually do this? So yeah, I will explain in like 2 seconds or so how we're gonna do stuff. So we are over, and then the last one, Thormy. Only 2. Okay. No. No. But we can actually put them here. I think they don't. So we need energy. I think we will do that. For the conduit. These ones. And we need a pop colors for red and steel. And steel is not that big of a problem with dark steel, but the pop colors for yeah, we could do it with end essence. Because it produces like a lot of energy, but crystalline, how much does it produce? 40,000. And usually because we passive stuff, this isn't kind of a problem, right? OC conduit. Because crystal time. No. Okay. Okay, but it's pretty easy. And I think we actually need them, right? Enormous inventory system. Crystal time, thanks, man. Yeah, the melodic one would be the thing. Because like netherstone clay is pretty easy, but electrum only produces like 2,000. We can also do the vibrant. Energetic. This doesn't have a conduit, right? Oh, weird, okay. Yeah, because yeah, all of the other energy stuff is like pretty weird, I would say. But yeah, then that's we should have some. No, okay. Yeah, then let's do them here. I don't care. It's like pretty cheap, this stuff. So, and like I think 12,000 is actually pretty good. So we should have here some. But yeah, back to this reactor and so on. So yeah, this was basically the problem, right? So we should get a flux one. Flux network. Again, flux network is like crazy good. So yeah. Can we do tier installers? I don't know. So how we do stuff here now is here we insert, we only do sand, and here we also do like 64 sand. Then we can do something like this. This is how you produce passively some glass. So, the next ones. Let's so what we usually need is drawers, item conduits, filters, and a machine. That's like everything. So let's say the next ones are actually the so redstone, diamond, and obsidian. So we need like, and here we get like some stack actually. So let's do at least redstone and diamond. I think we have way too much for that, but this is how you basically passive stuff. So now we need 2 drawers. Wait a second. I think the manufacturing takes a little bit too long. That is why we want to have Nook. Same thing here. But these guys get a little bit faster. So yeah, this needs to perfect. Now we need and we also need bro, what the hell? also need filter. That's it. So, I love my passive lines, by the way. And here, diamond. And as you can see, getting them. So, now I think we need iron and osmium again for the enriching. Or should we do first? I don't know. I think this one here is not a big of a deal. That does not take so long. I'm thinking a little bit. What should we do first? I think we should do the 2 enriching stuff, and then things will get easier. So, infuser. So we need these guys. Can we actually do a tier installer? How crazy is that? No, that's the wrong one. Okay, we need steel and yeah. But for steel, we actually do we want to do graphite, or do we want to do? Because I didn't think of a solution now how to do basically both things. So okay. Yeah, then let's just do an infuser. So we need actually 2. As well, we need to grab some plants. Yeah, for us, nuclear reaction is not that interesting because again, fusion is a thing. And I think you have basically two mods that can do fusion, like mechanism and nuclear craft. Which, in my opinion, is like you need both. So it's not like that you can only do one, because in nuclear craft, you need it for the neutronium stuff. And okay, yeah, these are like. Yeah, we need to watch out for. We're halfway there here. So, osmium we need 6. And because this is why we used here these guys. So, what did I want to do? I want to have furnaces, right? So, what do we need for a furnace? Bullshit. Is it really 81? No. So we just need how much? If you have 3, we need total 8, so 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Then we need coal. Then we need normal cobblestone, right? 10. And then we need gears, right? So also 10 gears. So 40 wood. And 40 stone. So, perfecto. Now we need 2 times 5. It is 2 times 5, so 10 iron. Two redstone. 6 copper, and how many plates? 2 times 8, so 16. That we cut into pieces as my life. No. Where is it? Then we need some. We need. So, that we need it twice more, but for now this should be oh, we can actually do it. And we also can do the compressed thing. No. Draw. And 4 filters. So, perfect. So now here on top, first we need to so, and now at the back side we need to put it on infuse. So, because now we have here, so iron and sphere. And now what we basically here configure here is we say here you can do osmium, right? Should put in some osmium. And here we do basically iron. And then you can do here compress this one. And should we take the short way? I think so. Yeah. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. This might be much easier. No? It's here. Yeah. Huh? Okay. Whatever, it just needs to be like consistent. So then yeah, we can remove here from this. And now one of the most important things we actually have. So, the question is now, what do we do? Because again, this one here is only like 3 more places. And yeah. We need some ME conduits for if we want to continue here. But again, this one here is actually a very basic setup. Now, I think we actually want to do steel now next. So, steel... God. Steel, how do we get it? It's a little bit harsh. We could either do this one here with 4 pulverized charcoal, which is like no. We also could do coke. The thing is, I need to come up with a solution to automate this guy here. This furnace with his creosote oil. So, basically the idea is, what I have, that we're putting in here just straight up coal, right? Wait, can we... Stealing. What about this one here? Okay, it needs coke. So the best recipe is actually to do, I would say, graphite. Yeah. Then let's do graphite. We need it anyway for the elite plate things. So. But then you will see something that I actually never did before. So again, we should actually batch craft this at some point, but we need a smelter, and then we need, of course, some mech stuff. 8 and 8. So, this guy, and we forgot a filter, so. So I would say we do here just coal. that's how you basically do it. So, the cool thing is we can do actually graphite here. No? Ah, we didn't configure it correctly. Okay. So what we can do now is we can now get again a draw. I like to have the things a little bit organized, so that's why I'm like this. We need a filter. Let's see if what we want to do actually works out. So this has 16 stacks. Because this one will here be the next, by the way. Okay. So now we need a nuclear craft alloy smelter. I don't know if I want to use this one, by the way. Could be interesting to just abuse it, because all of the other stuff we do in the alloy furnace from NIO. Then I would basically not get rid, but kind of actually use it. So yeah, let's do it. If we need it, we can just recraft it, and we take out this one here, so that there is no problem. And yeah, let's use a limited item filter just to show you guys how you can use that. But now there is basically a very important distinction, or a very important thing that we need to consider, and that is alloy or nuclear craft stuff doesn't auto output anything to inventories. So and there's also not a draw, I don't know, pull upgrade or something that would make life a little bit easier. Again, this is what we want to do. I don't know why it's the emeretic stuff and not this one, but apparently this one is harder to get for whatever reason. Again, there is no of that. So, but what we can do is we can use transfer nodes, or transfer node, and one in particular. So we want to craft these ones. So now we need a chest, I think. Right? Chest. Chest is also something that we want to passive. Next one. Is it stone, or is it? Let's try and use stone, right? Yeah, nice one. Stone, stone, stone. And then we need these pipes, right? So we need 3 stone. Then we need some redstone. Everything is stone. And then I think some Xnet cables or whatever. We should have some. Huh? Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, let's put them here. Now we need to flatten them. So we'll use this guy here. Put it here. So. Ah, no. Don't need you. Fuck, okay. Wait, what? It's a fake, yeah. We can now finally use these guys. What? Wait. Huh? Where did my alloy furnace go? Oh, dude! Where did it disappear to, man? Wait, it gets deleted? It can't be. This no. 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 Here, by the way, tested what is the best method to generate mana, and the results are pretty clear. This is a little bit unfair here, but we don't do Kikimuras. No way. Why did it disappear? I had a problem, by the way, with this guy here. It's infinite, yeah, but it has like a limited amount of energy that it can produce, so... graphite. Okay. Iron. Graphite. Nice. Okay, this is how it's done. Yeah, we need to recraft. If, let's see, after server relocks, some stuff can happen. But not today. Ah, no, we haven't. Okay. What? Bro, what is wrong? So. Hello. So we did now steel. It is kind of top tier food. It's like, all right, but now we have basically a bunch of yeah, bunch of things here. So we basically need to now look how to expand this further. Usually what... Oh yeah, this is something that we need to do. Wait, can I? Great. Oh my god, he's perfect space. Holy shit, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's again farm some... farm some mystical agriculture. Again, before we actually can farm here the complete or like auto farm this stuff. Basically the whole field needs to be available to us. Which I think actually Night Slime will... Fucking hell, dude. Yeah, but if you get only like 2 seeds per round, that's like not good. Here as well, dude. Why only 2? Huh. Do I have some Night Slime? Actually, yes. So what we need to do now is we need to craft another laser. So or should we do the infusion of or do we actually want to? I don't really know. Yeah, what's more important is that we get the titanium and so on, that we can do actually the stuff and so on. The what is it called? The NDIO chassis and so on. But yeah. But yeah, this is basically the life now. It doesn't look good. But we should have way too much for that. Maybe we need to put some speed upgrades behind that, which I think we can actually autocraft now. Can we do electrical steel? Yeah, okay. Let's do like yeah, we can do 15, right? What? Bro, just use iron. By the way, these guys, we can delete them now. Nobody needs needs them anymore. I don't know, sometimes this NIO stuff or the NEI stuff is weird. But yeah. Let's go. Ah, yeah, okay. We also need, I think, a crusher now. To crush some stuff. But I think, yeah, we can. So, a crusher is a little bit iffy. Because, luckily, I think we don't need that many. Yeah, so we need just 4 redstone. Can I get a bucket? This guy and what was it? Yeah, control. And yeah, we know we need some lava. Which lava fabricator wise and so on we also need to do at some point. Which is also in the end pretty easy. If we want to do something like this. So yeah, we need to get some lava here. Luckily we don't need that many or that much lava or crushers in particular. So pretty easy. Wait, what? Why is nothing extracted anymore? What the hell? Whatever. Absolutely weird as fuck sometimes, I can tell you that. Maybe 4. Okay. This is also something that we want, but so and that is, in my opinion, actually the important or interesting challenge here, because now we can remove this one here as well as these guys. Again, we want to actually make auto crafting completely redundant. Like, we don't want to have it anymore. If we want to craft anything auto craftable, it should be kind of from somewhere here, right? And then it should like be instant. That's kind of what we want to have. Yeah, yeah. The next one would actually be to automate all of these guys. Like fluids and so on. So yeah. How are we doing this? Yeah, I think we need another. But we're not done here, right? Yeah. So. So usually this goes like over here. So for the draw controller, we need some reinforced stone. And some skystone, right? Usually draw controls are not that big of a deal. Usually we need trims. So and I think so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but we could do the infusion of the blue stuff, right? So that we can autocraft these. Stone with future skystone. Then we need a draw. And at last we need what? Redstone. Yeah, we have like a billion. So, now what we want is how many do we need? Should we do fluids first? No, fluids isn't something we need. Yeah, but we need 8 anyway, so draw. How much? 36. Okay, we need to do something about this at some point. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think now actually we need an interface again. Interface to do all of this. So, yeah, so, okay, so, good, so the first thing that we need is you here, especially for we need a filter. Usually forget this. We need some filters. It's not good. You're the engineer, right? Yeah. So, do they get energy? Let's see. Again, and I okay with here we do silicon, especially these guys, and good. Let's do like 8. Holy shit, that's instant. Okay. Like this does the trick. Okay, good. Because kind of the next one, yeah. Damn it. Next one. Gold. Again, gold also pretty easy. We always need to do this. So, and it works, right? Okay, maybe not. Yeah, okay, but it's, isn't that a big of a deal in my opinion? Okay. The big problem is now, we could go the easy route, and I think I will do that, but the easy wasteful route. So, for the calculation stuff, right? But, you still need pure status quartz. We could do 3 things. Either we get the seeds, which is the most expensive one. What do we need? We need a crusher for Certus quartz dust. Then we need to convert this Certus quartz dust into seeds, and then the seeds into an enricher. But I think we just do the enricher, in my opinion. So, yeah. So we just do here some Certus quartz, because we have so much of it. I don't even know where to put it. That's kind of the problem. I don't even know how, why, when. Okay. Where is our tank? I want to have some discussions with my tank. So, this is like nothing. Okay, let's do like, I think 4 or so should be enough, right? Six. We have? Where? Okay. There's a solution. It's so dumb, dude. Love it. Yeah, that's what you do. So, or wait, it's only, how much is it? 2,500. No, we can do a little bit more. So first of all, yeah, let's use some of this conversion kit, dude. don't really mind. So we now did. Okay, I think we can do another 4. I think we can do 6, right? So 32 minus 16, 14. 18 divided by 2.5. Okay, we need 8. 8, 8, 8. So, yeah. It's not that fast. Yeah, maybe we need to do the augments with machine processing speed. This one, which is like actually pretty easy. Which you also need to do, by the way. I think the reception coil red. Wait. We have this one, which we actually need for combination crafting. But yeah, we also need to do an netherwort farm, which is like very interesting. I don't know how to do it. I think actually the best one is this one here. Yeah. This one. Huh? No. Okay, you just need it for crafting any of those. But do we need... Wait. Ah, for Anvisit, okay. Yeah. Okay, have some treated wood. $18K. Yeah, we need a drawer. Uno drawer. Enricher. Two make upgrades. And then at last, I think, filter. But I really love this. I need to say this. Two stacks. It's merging. What was it? Cetus. Yeah, it's like easy. Easy. And yeah, we can also speed it up, so that's not the kind of the problem. But first of all, I wanna just make sure. Whatever. That we have the most essential element for this. So So yeah, next one is actually, I think, pretty easy. We need to do the three processors. So, and luckily they share, right? So, the redstone we have already. What we need is silicon and any of you guys. So then, yeah. And then here the last one. Can we passive fluids? I think that are quartz. Here it's a little bit important. Here we need a limited one. So. We also need redstone, and another quartz. The thing is, or the problem is, that we need to basically occupy all of the spaces except for 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 times 9 is 27, right? So 27. 27 minus 4 is 23. So now we need to craft, I think, 23 seeds, right? So let's do 23 of them. Okay. And what we need to do now is we now need to put them in like this. And then we can have kind of a limited amount of items in there without going overboard. So, that's how you basically passive your whole auto-crafting setup without actually too much hassle, in my opinion. And yeah, this is, in my opinion, actually the best way to do it. Oops. Oops. Because, yeah. It's all about then how large your space is, and also how fast you can basically regenerate. In our case, it's not that good, so here we would actually need to add some of these how do you say it, like basically back propagating stuff. But yeah, as you can see, we don't have any of these anymore because it's too slow. And unfortunately, here we can't really do anything about it unless we kind of place no. Or yeah, maybe I don't know. Let's see. Okay, but this can run here now for a while. Again, this now needs some time until it has everything, and for us this is kind of a good time to re-evaluate how to basically how to upgrade or how to manipulate these guys. So this is where we'll go in in a single player world, and where we want to actually do this. So we want to have some sort of powered furnace. Redstone furnace. Okay, never mind. Let's upgrade him to the best one that we can have. We can actually do that. That's not a problem. And then we have some sort of creative stuff. So. And then we have some tank, right? Especially like a storage raw tank. So, and then we have ender fluid. Where is it? So now, what we need to do is we need to, based on this guy, need to control this guy. So, and then we basically can, we can then have some tank. Maybe there are better tanks for that. Do we have some sort of tank that can output based on the based on the fullness, the redstone type? cannot give a signal, right? Oops. Any of... Wait. Oh, it's a creative one. So. Let's see here. So basically what we can, or what should happen is shows full storage, but that upgrade cannot be installed in this drawer. So emits a redstone signal based on storage. So what we can do now here is a redstone conduit, and we can basically do some redstone over here. So let's get downgrade to make it a little bit easier. Okay, we can fill in here one bucket. Let's get some water, right? So okay. There should be from NIO. So let's ask the question then. Does it work? So okay, 250, so 4, right? So augment. What? And that's what I mean. Why does it output now a redstone signal? It shouldn't do that, by the way. Why? Still. Put like 2 in, by the way. So 14,000 is what? Yeah, let's do like a stack or so. So let's wait here a little bit. Until this is filled up. Then we can I hope it will emit one. Otherwise, I'm a little bit cooked. And it doesn't. Nice. Okay. I need to take a short break and then I see how we can figure stuff out. So, I found a solution. It's crazy. So we need the following. First of all, we need a fluid reader. Then we need a redstone writer. Then we need a variable store. Variable store. Is this hard? No. Okay. So, what basically happens is we read here if the tank is full or not. When it's full, we need to invert this card here. So, in the end, it's basically pretty easy. But I don't know why native NIO doesn't have this. But yeah. And that's what we need to do right now. And that's what we're going to do. Let's see how far everything has come, but okay. So, oh, is that 55 stacks? Holy shit. Oh, four stacks, okay. Ah, this is almost done. Perfect. This here again. Okay, so let's use here. I basically don't know how to do it right now. If we actually want to do this, we wouldn't need here like a fluid store. Maybe. Maybe we actually do this manually. In fact, how much more space do we have here? None. Okay, that's actually great. Because then we can use here an interface. Should have like 8 or so now. So, and we can use by both sides basically. That's like pretty good. Yeah, let's see what we can place here, but let's do it that way. So, so we need like 2 drawers, right? Ah, we can actually do the wood, right? 3. So, 1, 2, 3. So, can we actually put it there? Okay. Nice. Oh. The thing is, we need to read this here somehow. And need to output a signal. And basically everything is occupied except for the front here. I don't know if I want to go ugly or not. But we could do it. Yeah, you know what, let's go ugly. I think we don't necessarily need a normal tank, right? But yeah, let's use one here. Here things should be the drawers, right? So I think so. It will be a little bit ugly, but who cares about this? So, here we will place so in the back we will have an output, on the top we have an input, and on the bottom we also have an output. So now there should be, yes. So here we will just have some, yeah, we don't even need this, but we need the filter. So filter. So, okay, so the qual, and yeah, we want to have wood here, by the way. Normal, these guys, and then we can have some, I don't know, right? These guys are next. So, now we need these whole shenanigans, right? First of all, we need 3 buckets. Bucket. I think input and okay. Wait, why do we have 8,192? Huh? Am I tripping or? Why do we have 8,000? Okay. So we also need some cables, by the way, so. This and this. Okay, so this is basically then we need 2 variable cards, a chest, and a bunch of these guys. I think, yeah, it's not enough. So we need to do a little bit more. But I think cables we have enough. Let's get some mineral, right? I think 1 should be enough. Is it, by the way? Okay, whatever. There we go. So I'll show you how this works. It's basically pretty cool in my opinion. Which should be like a very basic thing, but apparently not. So we will put here a fluid reader. Chook. And here will then be the we need a chest right. Chesterino. Again, chests are the bread and butter of our variable storage. So fluid reader. Bam bam. 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 So again we need to, yep. So then here comes now the tricky part. We need to put 1 into tank full. Get our logic programmer. Do this. And put our variable card here in. This one needs to go here, and this one needs to go here. So, what happens now is there should be some code that we produce. And then if we like shortly open this up, then this will fill up. So, and I know it looks a little bit ugly, but I'm glad that I have a solution now. But yeah, this will go on now for a little while. Until these guys, or this is full. Next one. We need a manufacturing. So, these guys, we can leave them. So, again, this needs to run now for a little bit, but we need a manufacturing now. So, for that, we need piston. Whatever. Lead. And solenoid. Why did we only get like 2 lead, by the way? Yeah, with integrated dynamics you can do a bunch of stuff, but again, the beauty about we need 2 filters, by the way. The beauty of NDIO is that you can stack these cables. So, yeah, and we also want structure in this, but this comes later. Yeah, we need to put wood. In. It's a little bit slow, okay. But yeah, we could have just next one, fluid infuser, right? Oh. Insanium coal. Nah, treated fluid. Only get them by doing this one, and I really hate it. Like, yeah, okay, but then you need to fill buckets and so on, which is like no. Okay, fluid infuser is all right. Yeah. So what do we need for this? We need to go. Wait, is this really 8,000? 64 times 64? This can't be. It's 4,096. How can they store so much in there? That's what I don't understand. Yeah. Whatever. Bucket. We need now graphite as well, or is this just some weird storage bug? We need 9. Yeah, lead we also wanna do very fast, like lead plates. No. Oh. Yeah, we need to do that normal basic platings, elite platings, and so on, like advanced. Okay. Can you give me some steel? Some lead. Perfect. Yes. Then we need yeah, we could have also used the manufacturer. And I think the second one is actually currently I think we need them. So the last one is this guy, right? So we need some. Then we need redstone, and the last thing I think is a copper. And then we should have everything. Perfect. Oops. So easy. What? And before we do anything, these transfer nodes are actually really slow. It's like. We did treated wood, boys. We have one of the most important things we have done. Again, the contraption looks a little bit weird, but what can you do? The thing is, we don't need that many treated wood. We just need to have it in storage, and then we can like regenerate it sometimes. So it's, we only have like 15 stacks here. What the hell? Holy shit. Okay. Okay. The next thing is yeah, we want to remove here. Yeah, we could also do sticks, I think, as the next one. Yeah, this was some black, some concrete, right? It's black concrete. Yeah, I think we have now a good, very good starting point to progress in what we want to do here. This should be ready right now. So yeah, the next things that we wanna passive is yeah, we wanna go into elite platings. That's kind of the point. The thing is, with auto crafting in this mod pack, it's very problematic in terms of what you can do. So so we need to passive a lot of things. But yeah, next one I think we should do slime farm, for example, or shulker farm, just to have here everything that is then important, as well as I think some other things. But now I think we can then actually also do the advanced alloy stuff, right? So we can upgrade these alloys and so on. But yeah, this is how stuff usually works. But, we have here our, and it's I think a really compact design. And how to extend this? Basically, we can do here some treated wood, some wood trims above, and then like immediately one row, we can use another. We can use other drawers, and then basically the pattern repeats, and you can go like pretty high with that. At some point, kind of your reach is limited, but again, nothing holds you back from just building a second one here. This is actually something that we want to do. Can actually place that here. Because I think the conduits are way better. Yeah, the thing is slime farm, especially blue slime farm and so on. Maybe even pink slime farm, I don't know. Yeah, let's see. But this is how stuff goes. Ah, it's actually in equilibrium, right? But yeah, this usually the stuff depends on each other, so that's why these passive things are so great in my opinion. But yeah, in other mod packs, especially like GTNH and Nomi Factory and so on, maybe we will play that. But especially like Nomi Factory and so on, you can. It's way easier to craft that one because there is some mod called Fluid Crafting Rework, where you can do precisely that stuff, where you actually have an interface that can hold fluids and items, and then you can just very easily plug that on a machine that accepts fluids and items, and stuff like this then doesn't have to look, I don't want to say this shitty, but in that way, let's say it like this. So that we have basically a tank here where it can be beneficial, don't get me wrong, but usually it doesn't look like this. But yeah, important what we figured out here, this is just to show you this, guys, we need to have this fluid reader here, here this redstone exporter, or redstone writer I think it's called, and then this variable storage, and then based on this we can then do we can then invert stuff and so on, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, important treated wood planks. So I think we see each other in the next episode, and bye bye.